Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another of the energy updates. This one is for October the 10th, flowing into all of next week. And I know I recorded one last Wednesday or Thursday that flowed into today and into the next few days. But a lot of the things we have been talking about, we're really seeing on a big scale. My heart, my thoughts and prayers go out to all those who are being affected by the wars, and it's just hard to bear witness to the capability of human nature and humans, and but also then to see the love of humanity and see humanity come together. But there's just so many things we need to fix in this world. There's so many things that need to be repaired. And we have been speaking about this. We spoke about this in our yearly predictions. We spoke about this in the past few months. We have spoke about being able to feel this energy. And it's really hard to stay in a state of, absolute enthusiasm and excitement about the future when so many things are obvious in our face. But there's so many things we're not seeing, and there's so many things to be seen. And this is bigger than us. And so these messages and what I've been given today may not always make sense, and it may sound like that's not possible. But so what I've been seeing is there is something coming in, and there's a shift. And I just see the sky lighting up. I see the entrance of something divine. Um, and there is about to be a divine intervention, as if God God steps in, or there is like a massive big light coming from the divine that just opens, that stops the world in its tracks. What we are bearing witness to doesn't just affect the countries where it is, it affects everyone. And everyone is, of course, not on the same scale, not on the same level. There's no comparison, but there is an energetic connection. And as we are all threads and all interconnected, there's an interconnection that's happening. We are going to bear witness to this somehow in throughout Canada, throughout the United States. Like there's so much ripple effects of this that are going to be rising up and seen throughout the next few days or next few weeks, whatever this may be. But all I keep seeing and all I keep hearing is there is going to be, and this, I seen Archangel Michael when we went through all of the entrance into the whole shutdowns, and Archangel Michael hit the road, and I could hear him. I heard the ground where I was living trembled, and I looked out and I seen this massive light of an angel on the road, and I just heard I am Archangel Michael. And now I am seeing Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, and I just seen Archangel Michael break in and break through. And with it came this overwhelming love. And I just I seen all this war. I seen this would come after everything else, and that there would be, all of this would be taking place. But I also seen the light. And if you've never been through an experience of bearing witness to the presence of the light appearing in front of you, it may be hard to understand, or it might be seem like this is not possible. But I have bear witness to the embodiment of everything of what I would call the Christ light. And that ascendant of that Jesus energy, and being so powerful that could move mountains. And the divine and the divine essence of it was so powerful that it was just unbelievable to be in that experience. And I was in my own low at the time when it hit, when it appeared in the corner. And the first time the light appeared in the corner of my room wasn't the first time I seen angels. It was not an angel. It was the presence of God, of Jesus, of something so beyond. And I just heard, I am the light of the Christ. I am the light of the Christ. And all that you believe that you have to overcome, you have to know that we are the light. We are the change. We are what will be here. And to get on the other side of this light, to find my way to this other space so that I can walk with faith and walk with this sense of hope and knowing that there is something that is going to be coming into our awareness, something that can be unexplained. People will fight, argue it over it, call it what they want for years to come, but it is going to be so big and so powerful. And I don't care if people think I'm crazy for this. I have been with this energy for so many years now. And I've been in this place of having to walk through my own battles and be at war with myself, and to challenge myself to really truly not to be afraid of my own power, to be afraid of who I am, to not to be afraid to speak these truths. And the first time in my experience of when Jesus appeared to me, Mother Mary at first came. And when Mother Mary came, she took my hand and she walked me to the cross and told me I had to climb to the top of the cross. And as I climbed to the top of the cross, and I am not religious, not in a faith, like a religious faith and like a church-based faith, but I'm very faithful. And so this presence, and as I climbed this ladder, it was Jesus in the crucifixion. And I had to put that crown on his head. And he said, you have to push this down. You have to do this. And I just couldn't do it. I did. I thought I did. And I'm like, I did it. And as I did, all I heard him say was, just truly live on purpose now. Live with purpose. Live with that divine love in your heart. Know that you have to walk forward and you have to give me your sufferings. You have to give me this, and that you are here to, I will help you. You have to help me. You have to be a voice. You have to stand in your truth. And I'm like, me? Why me? I'm just a hairstylist. who am I to do this? And that mixture between my indigenous Mi'kmaq culture to being a part of that, to being a part of this, there was so many things to learn and discover. But when I was publishing More Than Existing, I had a moment of where the books didn't arrive. And I was like, where's the book? Where's my book? Where's my copy? And then copies start going everywhere else. And then I realized, then I had met that called and the books hadn't been sent out. And she's like, well, you didn't send the money. I said, no one sent, you didn't send the money for the shipping. And I said, no one sent me an invoice. You just said you were sending me a book. And I put myself through hell. What kind of person was I? I was so neglectful. I was so stupid. I was this, I was that. And literally I was balled up in my dog's bed on the floor, bawling, crying, because this book was so much to the experience of what I had experienced in life. But words are so hard to put out. It's so hard to communicate this relationship, so hard to communicate these messages in human language. And I know they're making me share this today. I know this is a part of the journey. I got to walk that flame, right? You got to walk in that light. And as I was there, the light appeared in the corner and it said, come to me, my dear one. Come to me, my dear child. Stand. Get back up. Stand. I know this is where you are, but this is not your doing. This is not your fault. You are so hard on yourself. You criticize yourself. You judge yourself. We create so much chaos in our minds and so many thoughts, and we tell ourselves so many stories about ourselves and about others and who we think people are and what kind of people that people are. And this is how all of this manifests into a war within ourselves, a belief system within ourselves becomes the wars within our world. And as I got up and I went to this light, who am I to walk in this light? Who am I to get to this place? And the light just wrapped around me. And everything else went silent. Everything went silent. And all I could do was just be there on my knees, wrapped in this light, not afraid, not anything, just in love, just in a place where I felt like I was being held in such a way that I had never been held before, as if that newborn baby was being held. And so this divine intervention that I'm seeing that's coming in, this light will be undeniable. And whether it is this coming weekend, whether it is the weekend of the 13th, 14th, whether it's that time, or is when that's when we see the worst of humanity and then we see the best of humanity, I don't know. I'm not the judge. I don't know those things. All I know is that this is what I'm being shown. And I know the truth of this light. I know this. I've traveled through this. I've been in the cave. I've been through those experiences too many times to deny what it has done to me and how it has changed my life and how it has changed the things in my life. And I live in the imperfections. I live in that I don't have the perfect camera and I don't have no video equipment, that I don't have this and I don't have that. And I don't have a team. I don't have a big team that can edit videos, but these are never meant to be edited. They're meant to be true. They're meant to be authentic. I have been rejected, turned down, told I'm outdated, told I'm old, told I'm all of those things in my life. But yet here I still am. Yet here I still walk. Why? Because this is what was asked of me. This is what was asked of me. And as I was returned back into that moment of climbing that ladder, getting to the top again, when I had to go once again, climb, when I had to walk, I realized that I had to be honest with myself and, realize I was still holding the crowns, because we're still holding those thorns in our hands. We're still holding that prickly, we're still hold our anger. When you hold your anger, when you hold on to this, when we hold resentment, when we hold these grudges, when we hold on to these things, when we hold on to this idea of who and what we think we should be to be enough in this world, who we think we should, be divided, to be separated, to be in these wars within ourselves that become within this world, is we'll always be in misery. There will never be a clarity. But when we can see the sense of false gods, when we can see the sense of people trying to play the king, trying to be totally in charge, and we believe without questioning some of the, your politics, your political people, they don't have your best interests. It is a network. It is a networking system that is working in so many ways, that has plans, that has agendas. We are people and we are humans and we all matter. We all matter. Every one of us. We all matter. And this sense of dignity. And as that light appeared, and it said, when you see me in my big light, there will be no denying my return. There'll be no denying. It's not that it comes once. Is this light is always here for us. It is our saving grace so many times. And as I experienced over and over and over again, the experiences and the journeys through, I was doing a healing prayer circle for someone, and all I heard was, make sure you put yourself in that prayer. And I was praying for a miracle for somebody. I went to bed and I left the circle burning, left the candles burning, left the holy water in the center. The blessed water was in the center. And everything was dropped into those prayers, including my tears. I go to bed, and in that awake dream, I seen the hands of 3 Marys taking my hand and saying, walk. And there was the light. And it was arms out. You could see this arms out, and it says, walk this way. You have to walk the path. You have to walk this way. Come to me, come to me. And they said, you'll always hear the voices trying to take you away, trying to pull you back. And all I could hear in the background was, Corrie, get up. Corrie, get up. The fear will always call you. The fear will always try to call you back. The fear will always try to call you to do something that is out of character, that's out of sync to your soul, to your journey. Most people will chase the fear. They will follow the fear. Don't follow the fear. And as I felt myself being, and it comes from everywhere, that fear, judgment comes from everywhere. And as I could hear, Corrie, come back. Your house is on fire. It's going to catch on fire. Your house is going to burn down. All I kept hearing saying, keep walking this way, keep walking forward. And as I did, I met this light. And as I met Jesus and I met the light, I could feel that same love again. And it just said, believe in miracles. Hold on to that faith. Don't you leave your faith. Don't you leave you. You will have your place, your church, your people, your church is your land. It's the world. It's where you exist. You're not here to live by the book of fears. You're here to live by faith, by trusting this intuition that guides you from a place that is divine. Trust that. Not about whether or not the world will accept you. And when I woke up in the morning and I went back to my desk, I opened my eyes and I could smell this burning. I was gone all night. I just never came back till morning. And when I came back, I could smell this wood burning. I went, well, the house is still here. And I went out and the candle had burned so hot that it broke through the glass. And the wood burnt down through my desk and a hole had burned. And the plasticky kind of polyester tablecloth had burned. But everything stopped at the holy water. And where the Mary statue, this little tiny Mary statue was, everything stopped there. Everything. And I just sweeping it up and I'm like, oh my God. And I heard so loud, this is how small and how big a miracle is. Now you tell your person that they will experience a miracle. And you know you are a miracle. You will experience more miracles. Miracles are everywhere. And I believe everything that they want me to tell the world today is that we will experience a miracle and that there will be miracles and there will be things that would be so unexplainable. The things that just seem like our whole world is going to crash and burn. There's going to be a shift. There's going to be a fall so big in so many places, including in some of our own countries, whether Canada, US, you will see a fall. You will see the collapse. You'll see the exposure. You're going to see things, and we keep saying this. But there's just something, I don't know, I'm not even political. All I got is the message. All I got is the message. And I just get to give the messages. And so there is a turning of the tides, which we spoke about. And when the tides go out, we can see the garbage that's at the bottom of the sea. And when we see the garbage that's at the bottom of the sea, it means we have to pick up and clean up what we weren't able to see before. Now that we can, we have to clean it up because the tides will come back in and it will wash over. And it's going to wash over and clear space and clear land like we have never seen before. But we are about to experience, and I'm recording this on October the 10th, 2023, and we are about to see a massive light come in from somewhere. And I don't even know how else to say it. It just is. It just is. It just is. It's going to take us years to be able to regulate and make new adjustments and new changes. But there's areas in our world and our lives where we do need boundaries. We need boundaries. We need these walls. We need these things that keep what is sacred to us protected and safe. And sometimes we need them to be big, and sometimes we need them to be large. And sometimes we have to use discernment and ask ourselves, does everyone have the same good intention as you have? Because good intentions get abused, and good intentions will always get abused by those who have the sinister energy that is activated within them. And so bringing back into ourselves, coming back in, bring this into you now. This was the big message. Now bring this into you as a person. You want your light to shine. You want your light to come back on. You're going to have to also recognize that you are to protect this which is sacred to you. We're going to have to recognize, to use discernment. A bleeding heart, a wide open energy is delusional to the fact that everything and everyone has a good intention. And the world has not got to that point. It will not get to that point anytime soon. We can show dignity, but respect has to be earned. And there is a point in a time where we have to stop and look at ourselves and just say, half of why I am living the way that I am living is because I believe the stories and the narratives that are outside of me. And there is a new truth to be spoken to myself and to be honest to myself. Not everyone has good intentions. Not everything has an ability to be able to use that discernment, because the anger, the resentment is so large. There's so much hate that has been conditioned, so many fear stories. And trust me, I know what it's like to be judged. Just went through that last week. Those who don't know you are so quick to judge. Those that know you may even have a story of their own, but they only know what they think they know. The divine knows pure. And so this time and where we are is to say, what do I have space for? And to recognize that there is something bigger than us and that you exist outside of yourself. We got a whole cave to go into here to heal that emotional body, that emotion, to expand and grow that emotional intelligence. But we have an existence of us that exist out here. And all of this that's out here connects us to spirit. And this essence of spirit and our purity and our love and our light is all the aspects of what we came to grow. We came to grow in that. We came to become more of those things. And to also have our authenticity, that we can have our uniqueness. But we have a world that's big enough for all of us. But not all that is in this world wants to share. And not all that's in this world has a kind heart. Not all that's in this world is good. And there always will exist a light and a dark. And we get to choose because we have free will. If you get to know you, and you get to know your light, and you get to know the essence of your own light inside of you, chances are you'll want to live with more compassion, more love, more kindness within you. And so this message is our message for this week. And I'll be recording again before the new moon and the eclipse season. Before that happens, October is a shit show. October has been a shit show. It came in, it's going to go out like this. And it's hard because it's in, but it's also filled with love and light. It's hard because it's in the Libra season. And Libra don't want this, right? It's like, we don't want to see this, but we have to see what we need to see to heal. If we can't see it, if we don't face it, if we don't have the courage and the faith to look at life, to look at the world, to look at things, then everything will just continue to be swept underneath the rug. And that's not just in the world, that's in your own life. It is time to step in. It is time to step up. And it is time for us to grow and evolve and to discover the level of maturity that comes in stop having a tantrum, stop having these fits, and start doing what needs to be done. Because children are watching, children are being hurt, children are being harmed, and that is not right. And these are all children of God, source, creator, the divine. And no one has the right to hurt a child. Nobody. And so I just feel like there's just so many things, and you don't have a right to keep allowing that essence of your inner child experience to cause you the turmoil that's within you. It is your right to now do the work to heal that inner self, to do what needs to be done in a beautiful way, in a healthy way, to bring change. And I just know that we will be bearing witness to some amazing miracles. Can't see them if you're not looking. If your head is buried in the dark, you won't be able to see the light. Start looking towards the light. Start looking towards that sense of faith. And it's time for us to restore hope. Don't lose hope, and hope will grow the faith. Much love. Have a beautiful day in all areas that we can. We send love, prayers, and praying for miracles through these times that we are bearing witness to. And say, be grateful for if you are in a safe space, in a safe home, if you're in a place where you never have been, pray you never have to experience that war or what others have to go through. We have deep compassion. And I pray that there comes a day that no one has to exist in that war-torn kind of energy, in hostility, in control, in dictatorship, that we be freed of all of that. Much love.